warm welcome for our upcoming auction, the Sam and Myrna Myers collection. And this is actually their famous book, one of the many books they published, Two Americans in Paris. The Myers had this gallery in Paris. It's been there for a long time, literally a few years before Myrna passed away in 2012. I visited the first time in the late 70s with my parents in Paris. So that was like when I was 12, 13 years old. The Myers were always very well known all over the world because, of course, Two Americans in Paris is a story of its own, but also because Myrna had this huge fascination for textiles. So she was like crazy for any kind of ancient Chinese, Japanese, Korean textiles. And she had the biggest collection that ever existed outside Asia. Most of it is in the Musée Guimet. Some pieces were sold, of course, at auction. One fetched this global record, I think 3 million euros. Imperial robe from Emperor Qianlong. And I was quite surprised when I saw then publication after publication come out even after Myrna passed away. And of course, these magnificent exhibitions at Montpellier, and then of course at the Kimbell, and then I saw the one at the Bauer Foundation in Geneva, which is like the holy grail of Asian art. It's one of the most important collections worldwide, including China, of Asian artists in the Bauer Foundation in Geneva, and that's where Sam had his fantastic jades exhibited. And then Sotheby's came up with the Sam and Myrna Myers collection. The Sotheby's sale didn't do very well because it was literally at the height of the roaring of COVID and also the Brexit effect. So that was a very, very bad timing for a sale in London. And then I get this introduction again, and so we went to Paris to meet Sam. I was under the impression that most of the collection had been sold already at that point in time when I visited the first time for many years. And the house was full with Asian art, like literally under the roof and down to the last spot in the cellar. This man has dedicated literally his entire life. Sam is now 91 years old. There's been thousands of pieces that have been published, thousands of pieces that have been exhibited in the United States, in Canada, in the United Kingdom, in Switzerland, in France, all over the world. If you look at the archive of newspapers, with also all the other art magazines, and there's mainstream media, massive publications. It's in the Le Monde, and it's in the Neue Zürcher Zeitung, and in Frankfurter Allgemeine, and all major European and American newspapers, New York Times, LA Times, Washington Post. Everybody's written about that collection. This is just one of the most well-documented and most important and most published and exhibited collections there are in Europe when you want to have a piece from someone who was really into the thing, was really into Asian art. Well, the Sam and Myrna Myers collection is it. So, Two Americans in Paris. This is one of the true occasions where 1 + 1 is not 2. It's actually 3.